Boys, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a should you summon on Candy Diver Cookie, whether I think he's good or not, and whether I think you should get him. But we did testing on him yesterday on stream at twitch.tv/you2can'tsee. You should check me out there and subscribe to this channel here for more content to come. But guys, yeah, we did some testing here. I'll have my conclusions at the end of the video, but we're going to start off with some arena testing first. And then we are going to go on to PvE testing, and then we'll go on to conclusions. So guys, I hope you enjoy the video, and we're going to hop right into it. Candy Diver Cookie is a support rear cookie. He also sports the safeguard ability, which means he can't die, he can't be targeted by cookie attacks, he can't be affected by any effects. That means no stun, no silence, anything like that. He can't be affected by any of it, but nor can he be targeted by your cookies. So that means every time you go into a fight, you are going to be facing that match in a 4v5. You basically, if all your cookies lose and he's on the field, he just dips.
Got nothing against my fleet. Don't sink me. Is everyone safe and dry?
Candy Diver is really like a treasure. He's like an extra treasure, so you have a forced treasure slot essentially. That's how I see him as. Alright guys, so his regular relic for HP healing is going to be 72%. His Siren statue ability is Amplify buff plus 15% for 10 seconds. Pirate Sword gives a plus 10% attack bonus for 10 seconds. Anchor gives a defense 15% for 10 seconds. And then also there is the rare relic, the Black Pearl Shell, which is the main one you'll be aiming for because it gives 18.2% healing for every second for 7 seconds. Amplify buff 15% for 10 seconds, and then attack plus 25%, which is a pretty good bump in attack, honestly. So those are the relics here, but now let's talk about this super success rate that we saw there. So guys, I've seen a lot of people use Candy Diver on full Amplify buff set. I find the full Amplify buff set not to be worth it because he still comes out to have a really low success rate, and with the extra cooldown, you do get the guaranteed plus 15% for every time you fail that rate. So I find the cooldown to be better for him, just because he's proccing his ability off more and getting the guaranteed more often. This is a very chance-based cookie. So with that, I like having full cooldown to get to guaranteed faster, rather than relying on luck to try to get to that super success rate off of a percentage chance. I would rather have a 100% guaranteed rate in maybe 15 seconds instead of trying maybe to get a super success within 30 seconds, you know? Sure, it might proc off the first time or second time because of the Amplify buff, but then again, it might take all the way till the end. So I think hitting those guaranteeds is more important than having the Amplify buff. But with that in mind, I would build him full cooldown with a focus on Amplify buff, just because that will give you a little bit of extra chance to get to the guaranteed, or a little bit increased rate to get to the guaranteed. So on him right now, I'm running 24% cooldown with 3.2% Amplify buff. I could muster out a little bit of more Amplify buff, but I took a little bit more cooldown instead. Now guys, he does not need any damage resist, he doesn't need any HP, he doesn't need any defense. The only stats that really affect him are attack speed, cooldown, amplify buff, and crit. Those are really the only things that affect him. Attack can give more healing as well, but other than that, the HP stat doesn't matter, the damage resist stat doesn't matter, the defense stat doesn't matter, the crit resist stat and debuff resist stat doesn't matter because he doesn't take any debuffs and he can't be damaged. I would say he's probably a fairly easy cookie to build. Alright guys, so we're going to talk about the PvP or arena stuff that he does first, and like how well he does in comparison to Unicorn in arena, and if he's a viable cookie in arena, because keep in mind, now you have two cookies on the team that aren't dealing any damage at all. Unicorn and Candy Diver, so it is going to affect your DPS quite a bit, but this is the best team that I found in arena with him so far, which is Finn, Black Pearl, Captain Caviar, Unicorn, and Diver himself. And as you can see, the treasures are Revive Feather, Attack Scroll, and also Jelly Clock. Alright guys, after that first match, we took a L there. Let's take a look at the healing done here. So Unicorn at a 1A did about 1.8 mil healing, while Candy Diver did about 1 mil healing. So a little bit less healing from him, which is honestly not bad. He has a level 50 skill, and also he's not even like one star or anything like that. He's just base level 70 with a 50 skill, which is pretty mediocre, and I'm surprised he even got that much healing. Big paw goes here, but yeah, 1 million healing for the first match. the problem with Candy Diver is he is so chance based, where you can have matches where you won't heal for 2 or 3 abilities in a row, which really brings down his viability, because if you can't heal, if you're not getting guaranteed heals, then there's no reason to use him on the team, because your team will just die, right? Uni came in clutch, 2.7 mil healing there, but if that wasn't the case, we definitely would have lost. Alright guys, so finishing up that third match there. So as you can see, our opponent was running full Amplify buff, all 3 attacks. I used the same opponent for 3 times, just because he was using Amplify buff and I was using the full Swift Chocolates. You can see the huge variation between healings in between rounds. Like the first round he got like 300k healing, one round he got like 1.7 million healing, like a really high amount of healing, and this round he got around 1.8 mil. Or 1.1 mil healing, and I stayed pretty consistent all around the board, around the 1 mil mark every single time, or 1.1 mil mark around every single time, because I'm running full Swift Chocolates. So you do have a potential to get a higher healing with Amplify buff. Just with Swift Chocolates you get more consistent healing, I would say. But yeah guys, those are going to be 3 matches there to show the difference between Amplify buff and cooldown in Arena. Alright guys, so for my conclusions for Arena, I don't think Candy Diver is that good for Arena, because you do lose out on a lot of DPS. Where you could make that up with someone like a Finn, or like get something more defensive like a Finn Wildberry, or another attacking unit like an Espresso Seafarer or something like that to do higher damage with. He does provide pretty okay healing, I would say even pretty good healing depending on what you actually run as far as the toppings go. I don't recommend Amplify buff, because where you can get really high healing with Amplify buff set, you can also get really bad healing with Amplify buff. I would say full Swift Chocolates with Amplify buff substats and cooldown substats provide the most consistent healing, so I would run that in Arena if you do want to run him in Arena. Alright guys, so I did go back into Arena for one more match just to test one more thing as far as the damage buff received. In that match I received an absolutely egregious amount of attack buffs, the like rare one and also the normal one too, so that was a really good match as far as like RNG goes for that. As you can see, he did not get hardly any attack buffs and he lost, so that's just another conclusion to the chance based thing with Candy Diver Cookie. But anyways guys, now we're gonna take him into PvE and see how he does in PvE in terms of healing, survivability for the team, and how easy it will be to get through events with him. Alright guys, so we're taking him in here at a level 15 fight, just because I want to see how good he can possibly be at a higher level boss fight, because that's where I think he's really going to come in clutch at, because he can't die, so he can provide healing for your team without getting absolutely eviscerated. Okay, come up. Oh, no, not really any healing there from him. That's not good. I think our Espresso might die here. Wait, no. Oh, that was a huge heal. Wait, that was a huge heal right there. Okay, we can go auto now. We're gonna let this auto out here and see what it does. But yeah, that was at first it was not a very big heal. Then it was an extremely big heal from him. I'm assuming, is that a crit heal maybe? I don't know. That was a really big heal actually. I'm very surprised with that heal. That was decent. I mean, are we getting attack up though? Okay, we're getting attack. We're getting some attack up here, which is nice. So let's see how it ends here. Okay, what are we gonna get here? Another buff maybe? I don't know. All right, well, we didn't get the last attack off with that there. I just let it go on auto, so we lost some damage out. 30 mil there. Not too terrible. Okay, now let's see the healing done. 2 million healing done. Not bad at all. Alright guys, so I figured you'd want an apples to apples comparison. I used Palm on this guild boss team right here instead of Candy Diver. We did 34 mil damage there. As you can see from the healing though, oh yeah, Palm out heals him, so the only reason I would say use him on Candy Diver is if you don't have a very built up pomegranate, or if you don't have a very built up healer. He can be good because he can't be stunned or anything like that, so he can't prevent you from using your healing. But overall, you just get more healing out of pomegranate. Alright guys, so back to the question we posed at the beginning of the video. Should you summon for Candy Diver? I don't think he's a must summon. Now, what that means is I don't think you should not summon for him. If you like him, go for him. I mean, he's decent. But if he's not going to be, the next Eclair. He's not going to be the next top level unit in the game, or top level cookie in the game. He's just not hidden like that. So, I mean, It's up to you guys whether you want to summon or not for him. Personally, for me, I think one's enough. I don't think I'm going to get any stars for him if I can help it, because he's just too chance based, and it doesn't work too well in my work cases here. I mean, you saw in the damage testing how the amplify buff stat worked and how temperamental he could be. He has a chance to provide healing, which doesn't give that much healing if it's chance based, because you're not always hitting that healing. And if you're not always hitting that healing, that means you're also probably not always hitting the amplify, the amplified damage, amplified buff. You can get, honestly guys, I think he's too chance based for me. I wouldn't summon, just because I don't think he's that good. I'm gonna keep him at a 1-star. I mean, not even a 1-star, just base level. I don't think I'm gonna raise him up even for the promotion bonus, just because I don't think he's that good. I think I would much rather get him just for my collection and then go back to Captain Caviar's banner and working on 5Aing him, because he is much more worth it than Candy Diver is. Candy Diver. So the problem with Candy Diver is that he's chance based. You can either get a really good round and get amazing damage buffs and amazing healing, or on the offhand you get an amplify buff substat and defense substat. Not very good. Honestly, I think Pomegranate is a better option than using him on a team, because Pomegranate is just going to be more consistent. The only leg up he has over Pomegranate is that he cannot be stunned or anything, so you can't be interrupted while healing. With that being said though, I just don't think he's very good, guys. I wouldn't put too much resources into him. As of right now, I wouldn't go for him. I mean, if Dev Sisters releases a patch to buff him in the next couple days or weeks to come, then maybe we'll revisit this and see how he does. But as of right now, he is not too good, and personally, he's a 5 out of 10 for me. Summon if you want, don't summon. I don't think he's worth it, but you do you. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed all the testing. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Later. Bye-bye.